I have with me right now trainer Imtiaz Said. So you've got a couple of runners at the Carnival weekend. It's the first time this is the Indian Racing Carnival.
I think it's a very good concept. Thanks to Mr. ZSP. I think they should continue every year. I think it's a lot, it attracts a lot of outstation horses to come. It's a good competition. It's something similar with what happens in Ascot and at other racing centers. It's good. It's a very good concept. And I pray and hope that they have larger pockets to keep doing this every year. First is I have two horses called Alpha Domino and Freedom. Alpha Domino, I'm trying to change trying different equipments. I'm now putting a cross nose band on him, and Freedom has been knocking at the door. They should run a good race. I think it's a very competitive race. There are about 14 horses in this field. I think it's a very competitive race.
What is your take, sir, on the Indian Racing Carnival? This is the first of its kind. Lot of attractive prizes. You think it's going to attract a lot of people?
Yes, it will because there's Mr. Poonawalla, Zaware Poonawalla, and Book My Show both working. Plus, the club has put up a great show, and I think this will bring in the crowds and the people back again. And this is as big an event as the Invitation Cup because we have got 40 odd horses which have come from all centres. For me, it's as big as a Derby weekend. So all the best to all concerned, and God willing, should really be an upper for RWITC.
I have with me trainer Narendra Lagat, who's going to take us through his runners at the weekend carnival. Sir, over to you.
The runners I've got Alpine Star as usual. I think he would be on the board there definitely.
Right now with me, trainer Aditya Jadhav, who's got 5 runners on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. This is the carnival weekend. Take us through your runners on Saturday.
Um, I've got most of my runners running on Saturday. Uh, in the second race, I have Phenom and Wild Thing. Both run in the same race, and I'm hoping both run good races. Uh, they have they have they are in class 4, and I think the 7 furlongs should suit both of them. I'm hoping both should run well.
What is your take on the Indian Racing Carnival?
Uh, this is a big boost to racing. The sponsors have been very generous and given us a chance uh, to prove and win some good stake money for our owners, and this should help racing go forward.
I've got Tyrone Black. He's still not getting his form back. He was startedly off last time. Daulat Mai and Remy Red both finished on well. I think they would probably be back in the finish again once more.
Second race, I have a filly called Fancy Nancy, who won a last start impressively with an apprentice boy. She runs with a penalty. I think she runs a great chance. Akshay Kumar rides. I hope we get good draw.
I have with me trainer Altaf Hussain, who's got a few runners at the carnival weekend. So let's talk about your runners first on Saturday.
Saturday, I have a 2 runner. They already ran last week. One is ran 4th, and one horse is 1. Uh, Monsina is running a 7 furlong. That is very tough race, and 16 horses. Up to now, we don't know what draw will come and all. He will run a decent race, but very tough race.
Right now with me, trainer Adhiraj Singh Jodha, who's got a couple of runners too for the weekend, the Indian Racing Carnival. So let's talk about your runners.
So I've got Dangerous running on Saturday. She's running the class 3 mile. We campaigned her ambitiously in Bombay. We ran the 1000 guineas, then the Oaks and the Derby. Unfortunately, she didn't do too well in the Derby. She had a rough passage. So I've given her a bit of a break after that. I've dropped her down to a mile, which may be a little on the sharper side. She's carrying top weight, but she's feeling really well, and I expect her to run a good race. The Indian Racing Carnival, I think, is a huge thing. Very, very nice. I feel that it's loaded with competitive races. Very good horses running these races. High stake money, of course, has attracted some very, very nice horses from outstation as well. I think it's hopefully this is one of many, the first of many, and I think it's going to be quite exciting. In fact, just the racing bit, the atmosphere, the Carnival on its own. I think it's great for Indian racing.
Now I have with me trainer MK Jadhav. Sir, talk about your runners at the Carnival weekend. You've got two runners.
I've got two runners, Fortunate Son and Cyrano. Fortunate Son just came back from his long layoff after the Derby and won a race. He's in good form, but he's got a penalty for winning that race, and there are a few good horses there. So it is a competitive race. He'll be right there.
Your take, sir, on the Indian Racing Carnival is the first time it's happening.
Very good thing for racing. I think the sponsors should be congratulated for this move, and I hope it picks up and we have many more like this.
A horse called Dexter. This has been a little disappointment over the months. He's come good last time. He ran a decent race. He's shown an improvement on that run. I think he will be right there at the thick of it. It's because he's showing that he's coming back into his own. I'm very pleased with his progress.
Okay.
Then I have Dexter is going to be ridden by a apprentice jockey, Mustaqeen Alam.
I have with me trainer Dallas Toriwala, who's got a couple of runners during the weekend at the Indian Racing Carnival, sir. Got a couple of runners. Let's take them one by one.
Yeah, I've got 4 runners on Saturday. My first runners, it's my time in the third race. He ran a very impressive race. He ran after a gap of 5.5 months after a setback, and he won that very impressively. I know I'm running him too soon in 2 weeks' time, but when you have races like this, the Carnival really tempts you to run your horses, which on normal circumstances you wouldn't. But I'm taking a chance and running him here. Of course, there's a Dangerous who's come second in the Oaks and third in the Guineas. So she's the filly I'll have to beat. And there's an informed horse of Vinicius called Charlie who's been winning very impressively. But he'll run a very good race. I mean, a carnival like this is great for racing. It encourages people from all over the country to come and run over here. It'll be nice and competitive. It's a nice way to sign off the season.
Yeah.
And trainers that normally wouldn't run horses have run horses. So we've got big competitive fields. And this is a good boost for racing in our center.
Third race, I have Pure running. He's at bottom weight, and I've gone a furlong further, hoping that he stays another furlong. The horse, obviously, to beat there is Dangerous. She's running after her classic stint, and she should be the horse to beat there.
I have a horse called Booster Shot running in the juvenile mile. There are two horses in the race, See the Sun and Godfather, to contend with. And also a horse called Believe. So it's a little open race. My vote could go to See the Sun.
And I've got Golden Neil. I've got to take on Mojito. I think that'll be a lovely race. I think my horse is in great form. And I think it'll be between these two basically.
In the fifth race, I have Mojito. He stands a very good chance. He's placed well on the scales. He's come back from his classic stint, and he should give a very bold show.
Called Magneto last time he won a race in 6 furlong, but tomorrow he's running in 7 furlong race. 1 furlong is more than how he won last time, and he has a decent chance, but a very tough race. 2-3 horses fancying in that race, but he's a fresh and the long way to go from this week, and the next the racing will be in July. Because of that, in 1 week I am running this horse, but inshallah I will run a decent race.
I've got Raffaello in the class 2, 7 furlong race, but the 2 younger horses, that's Golden Neil of Narendra Lagat and Mojito Manya Jadhav, these are the 2 horses that everyone has to beat.
A horse called Ped Angel running a class 2 mile with Neeraj Raval. I think in this race there's a horse called Golden Neil. It's a tough nut to crack. Then I have a horse called Iron Age. I hope his trip to Bangalore wasn't very successful. He's never has liked to race outside this. Has never liked to successfully race outside the centres. I hope this race should do him good. I think he should win this race. God willing.
In the sixth race, I have Fast Rain. He stands a fighting chance there. Good, good sprinters there, coming from the Sprinters Cup, Iron Age, Leopard Rock, Cough Castle. So these are the horses to beat. Hoping all run a good race. Yeah.
In the sixth race, that's the Zawari Poonawalla Sprinters Challenge, I've got Skyfall. She doesn't have much of a chance here, but it's her last race of the season and she's going to get a 4-month break. So I've decided to run her. But everybody has to beat Iron Age and Leopard Rock, Market King, and the other horse from outside, who's an improving filly, though out handicap. But isn't she beautiful, from Padmana Banziad? And the last race of the day on Saturday, I've got Champagne Smile. She's a maiden still, but she's been knocking on the door. She's been running second, third all season, with one race in between where she ran nowhere. I think she'll run very, very close in this race.
The last race, I've got 6 of them running, out of which I think the best of them is actually a horse called House of Lords. I've changed his equipment, which is showing a lot of improvement with that. The second one is a very consistent horse called Charming Star. Then comes Mighty Thunder. Mighty Thunder's last race was quite suggestive, and I'm hoping one of them can do something there.
Right now with me, trainer Rehanullah Khan. Sir, talk us through your runners during the Carnival weekend.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've got 3 runners during the weekend, and one is on Saturday, and the 2 running on Sunday. So, Saturday, I've got a horse called Arbitrage, who has been recently picked up little form, running decent races consistently. He's running a 6 furlong class 5 race in the last race of the day. I think he stands a good chance, and he will have a good show. He'll definitely have a good show.